occupancy. When you're the only thing that'll occupy my mind, and the occupancy of a penny is that of a pocket and a dime. Until you're detached, you're kind. And I shouldn't be wasting my time, so let's play video games. I'm growing homesick for the home I never had, and I hope you don't mind, but I made a nest in your ribcage where your lungs should be. I want to feel every drag of those cigarettes you seem to like so much. For that, I deeply apologize, but I refuse to leave. So beat me in like a battered birdcage. Play hopscotch on my stomach, pierce my skin with your cutting eyes. Make me bleed a hot cherry red on our brand new carpet as long as you'll sing. When we've both thrown in the towel. When we both look at that bottle. Because at the end of the day, your guitar is over there. So sing that song you sang on the night that started it all, and I promise that I might just sing along. The tone of moonlight in your voice is fading. And on Friday nights, we gave being faded a new definition. Like the first time I realized that I was fading, and every memory was being replaced by you. I'd walk on my wrists if they'd give me $1. We both know my shitty poetry won't pay the rent. It's times like these we realize the easiest things are hard, like learning to live with a new cutlery set. You're still waiting at the mailbox for all the things you never ordered. And how could you be so benign? I just wanted to wake up with you one more time and watch the sun hit your cheek like the lit-up tinsel on the branches of the needles of a Christmas tree, and I'm not sure why, but I think of you every goddamn time I hear the train, and the whistle calls my name, and I stand with my nose pressed to the tracks just waiting to hear my skull crack, and the sign in the doctor's office says no phones, but everyone's too busy to read it because they're all on their phones, and it's these contradictions that make me hate you, because a deer wearing velvet is a deer indeed, and the ink on my skin will last forever in the casket with my body, as my hair will wither, my hands will stay clasped, and all I've ever wanted I've already grasped. So bury me with the sun on my ankles and roses on my hips. I would like to be used. Make my legs crutches for those who can't walk. Tie my veins like strings and make sails on ships for passengers' rides home. The birds on travelers' shoulders will reside in my ribs for a good night's rest. Our bodies are places and our hands are maps, and if you just let me hold yours, I could find you. But I know you've forgotten me like owls forget people are awake during the day, because I can't sleep when you're not here. So I get dressed to go nowhere, and I still jump to the window every time I see a car like yours drive by. Tell him I miss him like a revolving door. I remember him like the puppy I lost when I was 4. Tell him I'll kiss him like morning rain hits the surface of our umbrellas. Think of every raindrop that's ever missed you and think of me. When you're 23 and you wake up and it's spring, you won't recognize the fire in your fireplace, so you'll turn it off. Your books will stay on your shelf where you put me collecting dust. I will rot. I'll look to the pile of board games and sticks from Jenga, and it'll only show me that the only game I ever want to play is the puzzle in your spine. You used to talk to flowers as I drank wine. When the glass broke, nothing spilled out but my whispers of broken promises. Will you please come back? Because I can't seem to drink you off my mind. Your name yells at me in whiskey shots in my throat. But you've never been here, so tell me how I could want you back. I could burn your name on endless pieces of paper, and it would sting like when I burnt the tip of my tongue, when you held my hand, and the chocolate in my mug was rust, so I drank it in hopes that I get tetanus, because, darling, this is the longest I've ever been alive, and every day more. You make me pray for the day I meet you again. I was never religious, and you're not a holy man. I could make the confession booth at your church swing like the chandelier I broke in our living room. So I stirred the pot and told you something was brewing. If I could make a stew, I'd make it of you, and I'd toss in all of your words, because I could listen to you speak for 600 years. So tell me your fears. Tell me how you think you now understand spiders. And as I break your neck really fast, I can now enjoy my breakfast. My question for you is, I miss you. There is no moral to this story. You cannot tell me your feelings and count them as a moral. Take me somewhere familiar that's not mine. All the flowers on my bed smell better after they're dead. Don't ask me questions you don't want answers to. I love you. Like the rats at our old school loved cafeteria food. And now I know that I want what I shouldn't. But the poison's getting to me, and it's hard to breathe. They say before you die, you see a white light. No, I simply saw your voice. It was unheard of, but I heard it. And just because you've forgotten doesn't mean that you've been forgiven. When they told me everything was fine, I imagined you hanging my smile where you'd hang your keys by the door. And you'd think, damn, I need my girl, yet I can't face heaven all heaven face. So through my hair, I grew the kind of vines that destroy a home. They told me I should live in salt, but you invited me over on the 23rd, not the 21st or 2nd. Over the hustle of the city, you told me you forgot how to hear music. I wondered what you meant until I couldn't hear it either, and I realized I should have never quit violin. As a child, I grew tired of repetition, so I'd hang my instruments from where I once hung. And I said, listen to me as I sung. Mid-November, you told me how you fell for my long brown hair that draped over my shoulder and tucked behind my ear, so I cut it off. Like synonyms with people, I had had enough. You were hard to approach in the easiest way possible, and the only word that came to your mind was lilac. For lack of better judgment, I chalked it up to pink. Pink like the color of the bottle of perfume I wore. Pink like your lips that I kissed. So when you say lilac, I say come back. I'm that ticking clock in your quiet room. If I were a mosquito, I would hide behind your bed and leave you wondering how you got these bites at night, as if you slept somewhere secluded with just trees, a sleeping bag in our tent, the one that we slept with under the stars. I felt you hold me last night in a dream, as if my nerves have a memory and my veins played the rhythm of your voice. My bones beat like a drum to my flesh, and the thumping of your heart against the side of my head played a song, one that I cannot sing along. The noose around my neck is loose, and no one will miss me when I'm gone. I'll go on my own. You don't have to show me the door. I give you a tour of the coffee shop in Miami, so rest in peace to my thoughts of you. I've grown and more I'll grow. Like a tree with 100-year roots, I'll live in the puddles underground that don't make a sound. My knees pound on the hard ground where I fell, but you helped me up. I thank you for letting me lose myself like the old math papers I threw out. Draw calculations on my skin and etch them in. Put them on my grave where I'm buried below your left shin. This time, I let my numbers of pennies and dimes in your pocket occupy your mind.